there's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Is this your idea of a restful bedroom?
More like a tool room than a bedroom.
A disaster area.
But I don't get it. This is your master bedroom.
It's a non-bedroom.
It's not a good thing.
Not my idea of a good night's sleep. Rekindling the design flame in a case of reno burnout. We're gonna show you how right now. Great design comes from a winning formula. Mine is as basic as a set of building blocks. Put them together, add up the results, and you've got a sensational room. Colin and Jose have renovated their home entirely by themselves.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
They've accomplished a lot and it looks great. But with their master bedroom left to do, they've run out of steam.
I'm completely sick of being in the state of renovation.
I'm a little burnt out.
Renovating can be tough and you need your rest. That would be difficult for anyone in a bedroom that's doubling as a tool shed. Wow!
I'm speechless.
But I don't get it. This is your master bedroom.
Definitely the intimacy value of the room has gone down, but once the lights are off, then it's okay.
The only kind of tool I want to see in a bedroom ain't that, okay?
This is not a grand, easy to lay out master bedroom. No, this is a small room. With a king-size bed, there isn't even room for bedside tables. Like, I couldn't rest
No.
with this level of chaos. I'd be like this, trying to vacuum in my sleep.
Our vision of the room would be something calming.
At the end of our day, just not feel like chaos and the construction and the renovation is so in our face.
Reno burnout is a common problem. For this couple, they've lost their original vision for the room. And this strange hallway from the bedroom to the ensuite is a prime example of a plan that's gone off the rails. Wouldn't want to be headed down here, because this opens right onto the stairwell. Colin and Jose have a little boy, so this situation is a 911. It's making me feel like I need to get out my hammer.
Being here makes me want to get hammered. Because this is a big job.
Oh, really?
We're not decorating a room, we're saving a marriage.
I hope so.
Please help.
First thing it seems to me that we have to tackle is some infrastructure.
Yes, you can't really start the decorating process and feathering a nest until you actually have a nest.
Right.
Storage is also a major problem that needs to be solved.
I have not had a proper closet for my clothes since I've moved into this house. I dream of closets.
Really, really smart and clever storage and total serenity.
But maybe some minimalism.
Sure.
We've got to revive Colin and Jose's sideline design vision for this room. Use smart design and placement choices to save space. We've got to reduce clutter and shoehorn in a ton of storage. And if you want to make a difference from the life you're living now that is cluttered and chaotic and you want order in your house, then you have to commit to that as an agenda. The first thing I need to do before we can go anywhere is see this space empty. No tools, no clothes, no TV, no bed, nothing.
Very stressful coming into this room knowing that it has to be completely emptied. You're taking your time. Where we're putting things, we haven't even planned that far ahead.
A little frustrating, but yeah, it's coming along.
Relief.
It's relief. I'm relieved. Are you relieved?
Very.
With the master bedroom cleared of bed knobs and bandsaws, we can finally see what needs to be done before the paint and the pretty can happen.
Wow.
The homeowner has done this all himself,
Okay.
and they got to the master bedroom and they ran out of steam.
Wow. This pocket door framing is all wrong.
If this were my place, I'd be putting in doors that close. My feeling is that pocket doors don't dampen the noise enough, and I think you would want a full door.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No finger pointing here. When you're burnt out, mistakes can be made.
We should continue the floor right down to the staircase. And then the electrical for sure has to be addressed for safety.
Okay. We also need storage, but I have an idea. So I'm sort of imagining her closet, his closet, and the only way we can get enough closet space for 2 people is if we move the radiator under the window,
Wow.
and then we have some issues down the hall. Don't fall.
Wow.
A fair bit of expensive finishing up needs to be done here. We've got a tight budget and a small space, so we need to dial back design expectations.
Have you heard the list of what they want? They want a king-size bed, book storage, tons of clothes storage, a television set.
I think we should focus on the storage and the sleeping. It's a bedroom. Let's make it a bedroom. So leave the bed where it is, downsize to a queen.
Okay.
And what if we were to focus on doing a sort of matching wardrobe system and then return down the side walls with something a little shallower? Each person is sort of getting their own L-shaped storage.
To each their own.
Well, I don't know. If she's got more clothing, it may kind of infiltrate his
She might
space,
migrate.
but we'll see. And that way, you got room for side tables. You know, maybe we can even put a chair or something in the front window. My agenda is this place needs to be calm, peaceful, spare, uncluttered, the antithesis to what it was. And white will help expand the room, make it light, bright, and simple. Speaking of which, here's a cool idea for the perilous bedroom to bathroom walkway. Instead of putting up a wall of drywall and closing it off, what if we went wall to wall, floor to ceiling, piece of glass, so that it's kind of preventing the noise coming up from downstairs, totally seals it off.
You can go with texturized glass.
Okay.
You can do clear glass and then put a vinyl sticker on to the glass.
With an image or something?
With an image,
Okay.
or you could do a sandblasted glass. If you did the vinyl, that would probably be your most cost-effective solution to do that, and it would be removable.
Can you measure it up though? And then we're gonna do something.
Yep.
Just have to figure out what it is. Tempered glass is a fraction of the thickness of a drywalled wall. It'll also give Colin and Jose more room. So, with a plan, contractor, and an idea for the stairwell, we can get to work and maybe start thinking about the pretty stuff. I think this is it. This case study is about reno burnout. Wow!
I'm completely sick of being in the state of renovation.
We're turning a construction zone into a calm, organized, zen-like master bedroom.
Please.
But Tommy and I are not doing it on our own. Our design team is also kicking into high gear. Allie's sourced a selection of fabrics, and I'm sure there's something here for this room.
I like grays and tones and whites. I'm not a big color guy.
Maybe not. You've got a pretty big variety here. What are you thinking?
I kind of like this one.
Okay.
Kind of like this blue, orange, and yellow one.
I'm not sure about that.
I have a favorite.
I think that this one I like.
That's the
I
one.
think this is bang on the money. Yeah, Allie knew all along that would be a favorite.
I think this is it.
Why the pop of color in an all-white space? Well, it helps to soften an otherwise monochromatic scheme. Could make a great headboard. This is it. Puts the rest of them to shame. Colin and Jose's bedroom is small, so we've got to use space wisely.
That's a great looking lamp. But here's another idea. If we don't end up with a lot of space for our bedsides, we could actually default to a pendant.
And then you've got all of your bedside table free.
Right. There's something very beautiful over there. It's modern.
The fact that it's made out of porcelain and the fact that it's got that kind of organic shape, it doesn't end up looking like it belongs in your kitchen, right?
I think we need to look at bed options before we decide on lighting. And I saw a good one on the way in.
Okay, show me. Oh, that's nice.
It's got storage all the way down. You get 3 on this side and 3 on that side. This is a splurge. It's between $4,500 and $5,000.
I would love to buy this bed. I just don't know if we can afford it. Love you. Hope I can see you again later. The infrastructure work that's got to go into this job, the glass wall, drywall, moving the rad, bringing the electrical up to code, and painting, it's not the fun stuff, but it's got to be done, and it's costing us about $12,000. And right now, I was looking at a bed that was $5,000, but guess what? I don't have $5,000. I don't even have $500 to spend. In other words, we need to get the look for less. I don't know if I can do this one.
It brings faux bois to a whole other level.
I like this better. You get 4 drawers. It's $399. Do you like this bed $4,600 less than the other bed?
Yes, I do, actually.
Can you live with this?
I can't, but they can.
So we all know my bespectacled friend, he likes the best of everything. And what probably doesn't fit is an expensive splurge item. That's our bed. We move on. Yes?
Sure.
But we need way more storage than that.
It's really all about the closets.
Right?
So first step, we need to choose our frames. We've got deep units here, which allow us to put a
hanging bar.
Yep.
And then we've got the shallower ones.
2 closets equals tons of storage for each of them.
We utilize every millimeter of space.
We're gonna be space savers. If we go for this unit, which is only about 2.5 feet wide, the good news is you can put 2 bars up.
It's a ton.
Then we just have to figure out how to outfit the shallower ones. Look at all these components.
This is amazing.
What I love is these shallow hanging bars.
Your hanger goes the other way. Yeah, the opposite direction. Like there's every single possible option that you could want.
Almost there.
Nice.
You like this one?
At after 5 in these shoes? Yeah, I like this.
Alas, no rest. Back at Colin and Jose's, the walls are painted dreamy white to create a calming backdrop and to frame that colorful accent headboard. Meanwhile, my quest to save money has hit pay dirt once again.
I like the first pendants that we found, but they're $280 each. And these pendants, which are also ceramic, have a contemporary vibe, they're $30 each. I'm thinking those are a deal.
The pendants will save space on the bedside tables, which should be as simple as possible to help keep clutter in this room to a minimum.
Bedside tables. Well, that's an occasional table. I like the fact that it's got the white, which is the same color as the wardrobes, the lightness of the wood, which is the color of the floor, and it even has an aluminum base, which gives it a little bit of polish, which is sort of nice.
Great. Now, what about a space-saving perch?
We definitely don't have room for a big upholstered chair.
We have about 36 inches.
$275.
It's a good-looking chair.
It's worth a try, right?
Okay, cash and carry. Now, something to dress the bay window.
How are ya?
Okay, how are you, Sarah?
Good. Do you have ripstop nylon or parachute material?
What?
Yes.
What's she planning?
We're gonna jump out of a plane.
That's it.
No, we're not.
Okay, I'll come clean. We're looking for drapes.
There we go.
What are you, Hugh Hefner?
Maybe not purple. Do you have it in white? If we're on a tight budget, let's rethink what our material usage is. And let's use something contemporary, funky, and washable. You think I'm crazy?
I think you're batshit crazy, actually.
Crazy for a bargain. $8.99 a yard.
What about the waffle one?
Ruffle?
It's like a waffle.
A waffle?
Yeah.
I don't want waffles for breakfast. I want the parachute. It's a bit noisy.
It's very 80s.
Okay, done.
The glorious storage cabinets have arrived and go up in a flash with lots of help. But instead of relocating the rad under the window, we found an even more practical solution. We're installing a compact unit into one of the new closets. It hooks up to the existing plumbing.
That's great. Thanks. We're leaving.
It also has a fan to circulate the heat throughout the entire room. Genius. We're reviving this master bedroom with white and a drop or two of color and making a place for everything.
We're gonna be space savers.
And speaking of color,
I could see it as a headboard.
2 thumbs up.
or not. We're turning Reno Burnout into a positively serene experience with contemporary style and careful spending.
I would love to buy this bed. I just don't know if we can afford it.
We're adding a drop of color into a white space to warm it up. Is our choice working?
I could see it as a headboard, maybe not as curtains.
Here's what I'm giving Colin. 2 thumbs up.
I'm not a big fan of that salmon.
You have to have a hit of fun, there has to be a little energy, and we're getting it from that fabric.
I don't envision that piece of fabric in the room.
I've got a great new idea for a show. I'm gonna design for men. I seem to be far more on board with my concepts.
We're speeding along, but as with any renovation, you've got to stay on your toes.
We just seem to have a few little details. We've got a gable here, which finishes the cabinet off nicely. However, we don't seem to have one here. If you're gonna finish one end one way, you have to finish the other end the same way. Next problem that I see is a furring panel has been installed, and it's kind of set in from the side.
The color doesn't even match.
So you know what we have to do now? We have to add a gable to each of the 2 sides that's missing it. We have to remove the furring panel. Problem here is, when we remove this, we're gonna have damage to the ceiling. We're gonna need to repaint. The ceiling is finished, it's been caulked, it's all done. I never asked for it, I don't want it.
Doing things twice is never fun. I need to find my happy place.
What do you think about this for the headboard design? Inspired by a mid-century classic chair. So it's kind of like tubes.
You know what it reminds me of?
No.
Remember those bricks of plasticine that you got in grammar school? I
Yes.
love it though. I think it's modern, but plush at the same time. And in our pattern fabric, I think it's gonna look amazing.
It's gonna be modern plush, hopefully not plasticine looking.
No, it'll be good. I like it.
What's not to like? It's going to really soften the space. And the ripstop nylon shades are taking shape too. Practical and easy to clean. As these are finished, Tommy and Allie are seeking out some final touches.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, and how much is it?
$159.
Awesome.
But I was on site today,
Yes.
and our bay window is way bigger
Yeah, it's
than we
big.
thought it was. So that led me to this table.
Okay.
This could also function as a desk.
Perfect for the modern chair.
What else you got for me?
Some clocks.
In a mostly white room, accessories are an easy and non-committal way to introduce color.
I would say that the vivid green in the table mount clock is a little closer to the green that we have in our fabric, right?
This is exactly the right green.
So if we grab one of those and one of the white versions, then we're pretty safe, and we'll try them both in the room. Well done.
Back at the house, a major piece of the puzzle has arrived. The glass wall for the stairwell. Once installed, the tempered glass will be as sturdy as a standard wall. Now to make it a little less see-through with a photo adhesive decal. The upside is that you can use any high-quality digital image you want.
So we could go with this sort of graffiti wall thing, but I think it's a bit murky with our fabric. I'm not sure that I'm thinking architectural. I think it needs to be color.
But very simple in a way.
Ooh!
Oh, yeah.
You get a bit of the blue, a bit of the green, a bit of even that apricot color.
Yep.
That's the one.
Totally.
So essentially, we're covering the glass with a really big removable sticker.
What do you think?
Well chosen. Beautiful colors.
It's a bit more translucent than I imagined, but I like the effect.
This guy must really know how to make a bed. There's no wrinkles. I didn't expect it to be this really cool streaky looking thing.
I think this is a winner.
Getting closer. The electrical's almost done. We're installing the tabletop saving pendants. Nice job, Jimmy. As the ripstop nylon Roman blinds go up, a couple of our interns are assembling the bed. And this toolbox is almost a bedroom with tons of storage, fresh color, and an innovative walkway solution. Next, watch it all come together.
Look at that.
And see what Colin and Jose think. After 5 long years of doing it themselves, Colin and Jose ran out of steam on their house reno.
I'm completely sick of being in the state of renovation.
I'm a little burnt out.
We're reviving their vision with space-saving storage-making sanity. How did we do?
You have to come and see how cool these blinds are.
Wowie zowie!
You a little bit proud of them?
Yeah.
You're taking a really long moment.
No, I'm sorry, but
We got a lot of work to do here.
clean it out. Get rid of the tools, get rid of the mess, and focus on what you really need.
This is the most minimalistic that Sarah's really willing to go, and I think that that was really driven by what we saw when we got there. I'm speechless. What was really needed for these people was a cleanup and an organizational plan, and that's what they got.
Before and after. Don't you feel better?
It's really clean and fresh and light, and it's perfect.
Well, I had always wanted the clean, modern, minimalist room, and Sarah and Tommy really gave us that.
I've been around the block with renovations a few times, and I know what's involved. So I knew that we would need to devote most of our budget to just getting the space right.
This room had to get back to square one.
After all the years of working on the house, it's a great relief to have this finished.
I owe everything to Sarah for my sanity these days, because it's really been amazing.
We went from chaos, and I felt we needed a heaping helping of calm. I didn't want it to be entirely white, and I felt that it was appropriate to add a few accents of color, an interesting chair, a piece of art glass, a dramatic headboard, and a glass wall. Doesn't really need much more than that.
Old houses are known for being severely lacking in closet space. In this case, by making the change to the radiator, we were able to install 2 huge wardrobe systems.
I've utilized every space that she's given me, and I'm like really ecstatic about that.
Admit it, you thought the window treatments were gonna look awful, right? I know. Tommy, he wasn't sure. So I wanted to embrace a contemporary fabric with a very simple execution, as unadorned as possible. And hey, I'll be doing those again. They look very cool.
I will say the one design element that we definitely disagreed on was the bed. The other bed's a better bed. Even at the end of the day, the bed looked good. The other bed might have looked better. Just saying.
It seemed to me that when you walked in the front door and looked up and saw the area that was open, it offered an opportunity to do something that would be eye-catching. And I landed on this idea of a striped treatment on the glass.
Well, it was a really interesting concept and added a lot of texture to that space.
It's not a permanent lifetime decision. If your mood changes, peel it off and apply a different pattern or texture or whatever you fancy. By concentrating on finishing the room first and then introducing a scaled-down layout, great storage, and clean, modern color scheme, we've transformed a tool shed into a restful retreat.
It's going to enhance their everyday life. Certainly it's going to enhance their every night life.
I think they're much happier in their bedroom, let's just say that.
We're doing couture line with Eddie. Me and Eddie, we're doing couture. Oh, hi. Never mind.
Did you have wine with lunch today?
I didn't. I didn't even have water with lunch. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm dehydrated and it's causing strange effects.
That oregano you put in your spaghetti sauce, guess what? That wasn't oregano.